before we get into the video, the Zenfone 2 is not just one phone, it's a series of phones, so there are different specs on each model. But the one I have here is the lowest end with a 1.6 GHz processor and 2 gigs of RAM. So if you're planning on picking up a higher end model, just know that yours will probably perform substantially better than this one. But that's not to say that even the low end model I have here is slow. It has its moments of slowness, but I have to say it's one of the better performing phones I've used. And even when it stutters in real world performance, it is usually just a dropped frame or two. But one place it didn't perform particularly well is Google Play Music. It just had a hard time keeping up with scrolling. But that was the only place I really saw lag in normal applications. And to counter that, one place I was super impressed with the Zenfone performance was Google Chrome. This is the best browsing experience I've had on a phone, and it's $200, which is really cool. But who knows how long that'll last, because Google always finds a way to screw up Chrome. But overall, the everyday performance for the Asus Zenfone 2 was really good. Sometimes there was an ounce of lag here or there, but 99% of the time it was a really fun phone to play around with. But moving on into gaming performance, I'm just going to say it's not going to be as good as everyday performance, because it's just not possible on a $200 phone yet. But I was actually still pretty impressed. If you're a light gamer, then you shouldn't have any problems. Everything I tested was fast with no issues. But if you're going to play some heavier games like Riptide GP2, then you will definitely have to turn down some of the settings, and then it's playable. So it isn't a game champ, but it should handle lighter to medium intensity games without any hitch. And again, this will depend on your model. Which again, for a phone starting at $200, you really can't complain about the gaming performance. But last but not least, benchmarks. I used 30mark and Antutu for these tests, and in Antutu it scored a 24,298, and in 3DMark it scored a 3,659, which I'm not going to go into depth with these because as time